All right, everyone, this is to answer questions on the Vise. The Vise assembly is due, if we take a look, on Wednesday of next week. When do we have the Vise due? Day 24? Yeah. The Vise is due on next class. This would be the Monday. And so it's due on Wednesday of next week, which means you should be working on it this weekend um, if you're watching this. Um, Phase 3 of the 3D printer project is also due next class, so all the drawings are also due on Wednesday because the printer is due on Monday, I believe we're having it be. Yes, I think so. So please work on that. I'm going to give you all of these parts. This is a working device. We're going to run through quickly how to make stuff up. I'm going to give you all of the parts on this device, so if you're missing anything, um, you can just insert it, but I'm not going to give you the assembly. So you should have another thing for on the day 16 learning. We had you, oh God, not the day 16 learning. Where is it? On the day 19, there it is. Day 19 learning. Remember this worksheet that you did? Um, and then there were a bunch of these McMaster car parts, and then we said download the McMaster car parts. So you will need them later. That's now. Now is later. Please find these files, re-download them. I don't really mind, whatever you want to do, because we're using them now. They're the parts that we need on the Vise. So let's work on assembling this real quick. So the first thing you're going to want to do is bring in your base. This base is going to have an F next to it. You want to float it. It's instead of going to say fix, it's going to say float. You're going to want to float it and then mate the. Oh God, I'm tired. Mate the origin of the Vise to the origin of the part. So you're going to do that through mate, and then find the origin of this base and mate it to the origin of the total assembly. Then you can input the bushing. Let's unspress this. So the bushing goes in right there. This is the bushing that we made in class as an example. If you have it, please use it. If not, I will give it to you. So this bushing, again, and another thing is that a lot of your parts may not totally fit. See how this bushing is a little bit too small for the hole? There's like gaps on the side. Your bushing may be a little bit too big for the hole. If not, make the hole bigger. Adjust the parts as you need to adjust them to make everything fit together. The point of everything is not to have any interferences. So there should be no interferences every time you go through. There should never be any interferences in what you're making. And you're probably going to need to adjust some of your parts as you're going. So throw that bushing in, and then we can put in the guide plate. So let's look at that. The guide plate's going to be below here. That slides in down there, and it moves freely right here, right? Well, actually, it doesn't, but it will in a second because it doesn't have its mates yet as I'm expressing things. But you can see, you know, it's too big on one side. Right, it's too big for this space. The space is too big for this, but that's all right because what we're trying to do is not have any interferences. So some of the parts could be too small or too big as long as they're not intersecting with others. So let's unspress this guy now. This is going to be your movable jaw, or your movable jaw plate. This is going to come in. This can actually come in with the movable jaw. Can I just unspress this, or is it going to unspress everything? Okay, no, that's fine. So basically, you put in your movable jaw, it slides into this hole right here, and then those holes line up with where the movable jaw is. Okay. And the movable jaw plate gets attached to the movable jaw. Use the holes to center it, or use make these parallel, and these parallel or something. You know, there are a bunch of ways to do it. And then we will have, let's take a look. Let's put in our screw stop. So you're not going to see this, but the screw stop goes under this piece. Let's hide this real quick. Your screw stop goes in there. Let's also hide this. There goes your screw stop. So the screw stop goes inside of the movable jaw, like this. You may need to use a section view to see the inside better, to know where this piece attaches to. But I'll show it better in a second to make sure you can see it. What just got put on? Okay, that just got put on. Okay, so now let's put in the other jaw plate. Okay, so that's going to be the fixed jaw plate. That one goes right there. They're both the same. And now comes the screw. So let's unpress that. The screw goes in here. The screw gets threaded, and we'll go through the mates in a second to show you how to do that, but it gets threaded into that bushing. And then if we look inside here, hide that, you can see how this comes, and the screw stop rests right in that little notch, and it's right against the edge there. So, okay, I'll show that again now. All right, and then your hand wheel goes over the front. Let's press that. And that's a pretty easy one, right? Because it just slots right on in there. Goes up against, there should be, again, no interferences. Come on, SolidWorks, don't crash on me. Uh-oh, this is not good. Got the spinning beach ball. Ooh, okay. All right, so there's an interference there right now. I guess we can solve that in a minute. All right, so we'll go through and we may solve that in a minute. So, okay. Let's keep going through here. But the way that this mate works is that as you screw it, it's going to move as it would, right? So if we unscrew this like this, right, it's moving out. That's how the screw mate works. So we can unscrew it all the way, but you'll notice if we just drag this and move it, it doesn't move past where it ends right there. So it doesn't move past, and it doesn't break through the wall. And that's important both for on this side and on that side. It's bound inside of here. Okay, so now comes where those McMaster car parts need to get put in. So let's show that. Unpress that. That's going to be this screw right here. And then we have another one right, where's that one going? Where'd you go? Okay. That one's going to go on the side there. I can't remember if we included this one. I think that one's included, but that one goes right there. And then let's unpress even more. Where are you? That's going to be the other screw on this side then. Let's keep going through. I can't remember the numbers, so each one is a surprise. Okay, that's the screw that goes in the bottom there. Or sorry, that's the spring. I can't remember if we had you download the spring or not, because the spring will cause interference, but that's okay. Yeah, we do have you get the spring, the compression spring right there. Okay, so the spring goes inside of this piece here. And because SolidWorks is not going to, let's show you. SolidWorks is not going to compress the spring on its own. You just have to know that the spring is pushing up the screw stop there. And because of that, you're going to have an interference where it goes down because it's not compressing it. So that's an okay interference to have. Let's press U. Okay, where do you go? We're going to have two bolts that come down here. There's the other one. Show up right there. Okay. And then we have this guy that's going to be up top here for the movable jaw. And then there's another one for the movable jaw. Two of the same screws. Okay. And then there's a custom hand wheel, which we don't need. All right. So for the more advanced mates, let's take a look here. It's a lot of concentrics and tangents and stuff like that. The tangent mate in here, let's look inside. That's going to be the, if we hide this, that's going to be where this is rolling on this circle right here. We have a flat plane on this face. up against that circle, so it's going to be tangent. That's a little one right there. This movable jaw, make that shown again. Okay, and then we're going to have the screw mate between the bushing and this screw. So let's take a look at this guy. Edit this feature. So we have our axis, which is going straight through the screw itself. And then it shows us a direction of which way it's going to turn. It's a screw mate, and then it's defined with 0.125, which is the same as, I believe that's the pitch of it. Yeah, that should be pretty simple to do, but just a more advanced mate. And there's our screw mate. What else do we have here? There's the limit distance, right, which is showing how far this can go back and forth. So we're just limiting the distance between those two plates, and then the movable jaw and the outer edge back there. And then a bunch more concentric and coincident mates and parallel mates. This is the easy stuff. Perpendicular mates. Yeah, no, so really only the screw mate and the tangent mate are the really only difficult ones in there. And again, some of your parts may not fit. So if we go into interference detection, calculate, where do we have interferences? So we have an interference down here and down here. That's not a huge deal because those are where the screws are going in. Let's see here. How is it interfering? Yeah, I think it's because of how that hole was made. Had everything above that hole. Yeah, so if your screws are interfering, don't really worry about those. The screws can interfere because they'd be going into threaded material and we're not threading it visually. So don't worry about those screws. These ones fit right. That hole's big enough for them. You could go in, and if you really wanted to, you could edit your movable jaw. So I could come in here. That's going in the movable jaw, right? I'm not being crazy. Yeah, go in your movable jaw, and you would go edit this part, open part. Come on, come on, come on. And then you would go, oh, these were added. So yeah, don't worry about that. I thought these weren't made big enough, but they are, because it's a tapped hole, but it's still going to be an interference in SolidWorks because it's not a visual thread. Don't worry about that then. Don't worry about those two down there. That should be everything. I'm going to upload this. Basically, it's going to upload right as soon as it's done. And I'm going to upload the file of all the parts to everyone's. You'll get an announcement. Let's see where it would be the best to upload those. All right. Let's go to my class. Files. Where am I going to upload them? I'm going to put them in. Oh, Timber put the movable jaw there on Thursday. Okay. I'm going to delete that for now because we're about to upload all of them. I'm going to put it in another folder here called Vise Parts. So you'll see it there. Yeah, that should be it. So you'll see Vise Parts on each one of your things, and should be what you need. So let me know if you have any questions. Talk to your instructors. I'm going to make another video tomorrow about the project and questions for that. Some common questions I've gotten because the project is due. When's the project due? Project is due on the 4th. So project is due on Monday in a week and a half. So start working on that. Drawings are due on Wednesday. Project's due on Monday. Let us know if you have any questions. See you guys later.